If you are not yet consistently generating leads and sales, work on getting those two things right first.
It's that elevating that customer experience and getting into that kind of mode of going, like, we're talking about entrepreneurial stuff and trying to better that business. It's like, what can we do to improve that and make things a little bit easier for us, but way easier for the client?
But this is the time to invest in those systems. And if you know you're going to be in it for the long play game, and the right
put in what you get back out, basically, don't you?
Because you can have the best system going, but if you've not got those leads coming in, I just don't see the point.
Moorcroft.
So,
what are we talking about today?
We are talking about systems in your business, which
Yes,
sounds
because
boring as fuck. But
it does sound really boring, but you know us, we're going to jazz it up. We're going to CBA it up. Someone has asked about, can't remember the exact question, but it was around
great stuff.
The non-negotiables of what makes a successful business, which there are lots of elements to. However,
yeah, it's like the systems and softwares that work quite well.
Not quite well, really bloody well. We're going to talk about some.
Okay, like it. Good conviction. So I'm going to do the boring bit and bring it back down to, it depends what phase of business you are at. If you are not yet consistently generating leads and sales, work on getting those two things right first. Like, in my opinion, I don't think you need a system or a software to do any of that. No. You can do it quite literally the
bare bones.
The bare basics, the most minimum bit you can ever do of
human connection, things you're born with.
Your computer phone.
Well, you're not born with a computer phone.
Well, no, yeah.
Pretty much actually people these days are.
Well, yeah. Come out of the womb kicking and screaming, give me YouTube. So you got your phone, so you can make calls, you can make text messages, you can slide WhatsApp into a DM.
You can voice note, you can video note.
Yeah, you can do a lot with that phone. You are likely to have a social media account. You do not need to have a social media account across all platforms. What else? You will have an email account.
You could actually phone using the phone.
You can.
We forgot that bit.
Yeah. Like dial, hit the green button.
Speak to a human.
I found a message the other day where somebody had messaged me and was like, oh, I just can't get hold of anybody. It's not working. They're not getting back to any of my messages. I was like, try calling them. And I'm like, what? I was like,
what's that?
In fact, I don't think I put it as lightly as that. I was like, you know when you go into your phone and then you hit the contact and then there's a phone icon.
There's a green button.
Press that. It'll ring it. They might answer. But you got those. You've got an email account. So let's assume you've had a DM chat. Someone said yes, they're happy to pay you. You've sorted out the invoice in whatever way, shape or form you're doing it. Maybe you want to email confirm them. Drop an email just using your normal account. Like, you don't need much stuff to get rocking and rolling. No. So let's assume we're past that. We've now got leads coming in. We're generating some cash. And we want the business to feel a wee bit more professional and a bit more organised. So we're not scratting around in our own business in terms of an admin sense. What systems do you recommend?
Oh, well, are we talking about the systems that we would recommend? Or are we talking about the more generalised kind of what do we think that support looks like?
Well, the question was, what systems would you recommend?
Would I recommend? So we talk a little bit within this podcast about CRM systems. So that stands for Customer Relation Manager. That's correct, isn't it? I always forget what it means. Customer Relation Manager is basically your storage portal and the ability to automate, to hold information, to hold data, to track it, isn't it? So like if you're sending emails from a CRM system as opposed to like an email provider, you can see whether somebody's received it, you can see whether they've opened it, you can see whether they've clicked on a link. It gives you a bit more insight and their data is held in there. You can send mass emails from there. You can automate emails off of there. Some of them you can even create courses and websites and things like that. It depends what you're looking for.
You can tag people and put them in a certain
yes, you can
segments.
categorize them into certain areas. So depending on what they have clicked on, you may then segment them into a certain area and go like, oh, I'm going to email all these people that clicked on this thing. And it just makes everything a little bit simpler in terms of that. Now, should we go back to the dog business and talk about the benefits of using it in that? Because you used Keep, which is our brand partner for the conference we're very excited about. So we didn't utilise all of the features within it, but there were certain things that really worked.
Yeah, so I'd got to that stage in my business where I was generating enough inquiries and enough sales that for me, I felt like it warranted looking a bit more professional, which was the genuine reason I wanted that system. It wasn't that it was going to make my life any easier, because it was ticking over. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was working.
And actually, I think this is the bit that maybe the disconnect bit. There weren't that many clients that I think a lot of people go to, well, I've got that many clients coming in now, I need to not control them, but I need to, like, you know, a way to streamline everything. But that wasn't the case, was it?
No.
So we've got a manageable amount of clients still. It's not that we're feeling overwhelmed with the amount of people coming in. It's doable in the old way still. Yeah. It's just that improvement from that customer perspective way.
Yeah. I was at that point where I was feeling like a proper business owner instead of a dog trainer. Arguably, I was still a dog trainer, but I was starting to feel more confident in my ability as a business owner. And with that, you could say a bit of imposter syndrome and all of that crept in, but in the sense of I didn't feel like I was operating in a professional sense in terms of the systems and how it was potentially coming across. Like, for me, at that stage when I'd got it to that point, sending an email off of
a Hotmail account or something.
Yeah. Like joe@yahoo.com is a bit shit.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right anymore. But I can't give you a tangible of, oh, I hit this exact number of clients before I felt that. It was just a natural progression into going, it just feels a bit shit now, is how I felt.
Yeah. And by the way, just a caveat, you can just buy a domain and have an email and not have a CRM system that is .co.uk or whatever.
Yeah. But then I went and I was at a conference and I'd seen Keep speak, and they were...
Keep all of Keep?
Keep speak.
Keep of the company.
Yes, Keep,
the organisation.
KEAP. I'd seen them speak, and then they had a little exhibition booth, and I was like, I feel like this is what I need, you know. I don't feel like I'm ready for all of it right now, but of course it was a storming offer.
Of course.
I was like, I need this in my life. So I invested in it, and I would say for the first few weeks I was like,
yeah, a bit overwhelmed with all the stuff.
What do I do here? I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. So I had a little play around with it, and I fell in love with it.
I think actually something I missed out when I was describing what a CRM system is, the appointment creation, and the reminders I was going to get onto, and all of that is. I think for me, that's the biggest difference and forward facing, that somebody would get an appointment created and a reminder and emails about it and stuff like that. So that was probably one of the biggest benefits.
Oh my God, it was just huge. And just knowing that I had a system that, I mean, at the time, I didn't really know what I wanted it for, other than to feel more professional,
improve the experience.
Yeah,
somehow.
So when I started using it, it did have that appointment ability, and again at the time, it was a bit of a mindset shift, because I was like, how is this going to work? Because in dog trainer mode, I am going out to people's homes. If they book an appointment in my diary, like if they have control, then they could log on and go, oh, Joe's free between, I don't know, say 11 and 3 on a Monday. I'm going to book the 12 o'clock slot. I'm like, that's going to be a pain in the ass, because now nobody can have any time before that. So I never wanted the client to have that control. So
and also they might live somewhere, then you've got a later appointment, you've got to go back to that area,
yes.
and it doesn't work logistically.
Yeah. So I did struggle with that initially. And I think, again, it's a mindset thing of how are you going to use the systems, because there's pros and cons to all. There's benefits and costs on everything that you do. But having the ability to mold the system to how you want it to work as well. But that's what I really liked about Keep. It was simple enough that I could just take over that element of it, so it wasn't a problem. So I'd still manage the client in the exact same way that I'd done historically. Like, here's my availability. You tell me where you live. Definitely too much management on my part, because it was, I'm going to control everything, but it's what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
And
for example, if you were a dog groomer, you're in one place, then you could hand that over to the client to book, because there doesn't need to be as much of a buffer and you're not moving location. So I guess it's very different for each business owner, isn't it?
And I want to heavily reiterate again, there is not one system out there that does everything well.
We can categorize between us. We've pretty much used every sort of CRM type system going, every customer relation system going. Mm-hmm. I would say we've probably covered most bases with it, really.
Yeah.
And there's always something that isn't quite.
Yeah, because they're all solved that they're the jack of all, aren't they? They can do the all singing or dancing, but it's that master of none, and it feels a bit shit on it, which is why we have two systems that we use. But yeah, but that Keep on in the dog business, that's all I ever used and needed at that time. So I was able to book the appointments in on my side. But what that meant was it sent a really nice email out to the customer and that client, and then go, oh, you've just got your appointment confirmed with Jo on this day and this time. We'll send you another reminder closer to the time. And it sent out, and this was already like a plug and play mode within the system. Yeah. I didn't even have to build this automation. So it sent a reminder out, or a confirmation as soon as you booked it, then 24 hours, and then an hour before.
An hour before. But you can set it to whatever you want. You can set it to whatever you want.
I was like, brilliant. Like, how cool is that? That just sends all of that out. And then I could invoice on there. So I was like, oh my God, people get an actual invoice instead of my Word document.
Yeah. And you can integrate it with payment, providers that you
I had it with a payment provider. I could see it all on one system instead of my little book or a spreadsheet that I'd then created, going like, oh, okay. I was able to have an address book with all of the clients in there, and I could tag them going, oh, you was on, but actually at the time it was literally, you're either a client or you're not a client.
Yeah. Can keep it as simple as that though, can't you, if you want? Yeah. But you can see all the history. What's that person had email wise? What appointments have they booked? What need to make? Like, there's so much, isn't it? And when you've got that system now, it's part and parcel of everything we do with Ken on Business Academy as well. But imagine going back to having all that separate stuff and having to keep track of it on spreadsheets and stuff like that. But again, at that early stage of the dog training, like, I never had anything like that for a good while. And it's manageable if your processes are quite simple and your client volume isn't huge and stuff like that. It works well. But we're trying to stress here, it's that elevating that customer experience and getting into that kind of mode of going, like, we're talking about entrepreneurial stuff and trying to better that business. It's like, what can we do to improve that and make things a little bit easier for us, but way easier for the client and slicker and smoother, and just having that, trying to just stand out a little bit more in any way we can, really, that's going to help.
Yeah, and I think if you are serious about building your business purposefully to be a business that operates a bit like a machine, in terms of you've got processes to bring in leads, you've got processes to service your clients and their information, then like, this is where you do need to invest in those systems. But if you are comfortable and you're wanting to retain as a hobbyist business, which actually I'm going to make a massive assumption that you're not, because you're listening to this podcast. But this is the time to invest in those systems. And if you know you're going to be in it for the long play game, because these systems aren't, I hate the word cheap, but it's an investment again.
Yeah.
You have to invest in that system on a monthly or annual basis to ensure you are storing clients' data, to ensure that you are nurturing them through your email marketing and lead magnets and all the other stuff that we can get onto in a bit of detail. But it's because I'm sure these systems now, they start at around, I mean, they vary.
£100 a month?
It might even be like 150 now, some of them.
Well, FEA Create that I used to use was 95.
Yeah.
That's
I think
probably
Keep's,
gone up now.
I think Keep's around 150 now, but then what a lot of the providers are doing, they're doing an annual package.
Yes,
so it's better.
Yeah. But actually, if you think about if you've got a lot of individual systems that you're paying for, probably amalgamating that together, it's going to work out cheaper anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So which is why I say it's the phase of business that you're in before you go and invest, because if you're not generating inquiries and you're not making sales, and now you've got a cost attached to your business each month of, call it 150 that's going out for a system, it's a bit pointless, because you can have the best system going, but if you've not got those leads coming in, I just don't see the point. Which is why do the phase one business building first, like get some inquiries and get some sales.
And also, it can be a procrastination tool, can't it?
God, yes.
Lots of people go like, because you're stuck in business and you see a shiny object and you go, oh, maybe that's what I need. That's going to fix my business. That alone will not fix your business if you've got zero strategy and zero plan and you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you need to get you in the right direction and keep you on track. But it will be a really great tool to help you if you have that growth kind of perspective and go like, yeah, I want to elevate everything, then it will absolutely do that hand in hand. So it's like, again, it's don't get something like that to be a reason to go, oh, I've got all these things I have to learn about and I've got to spend hours on the chat support and I've got to like do the tutorials, if that isn't actually going to get you any further forward.
Yeah, it's just not needed. But again, I think if you know you're wanting to build a business and you know you're going to work your ass off to get those sales and inquiries in, invest.
Yeah.
Because it will grow with you. You don't need to use everything straight away. It's actually one of those things that I would say, invest in it sooner if you know you're going to be doing the stuff to make it work, rather than leaving it too late, because then trying to make that system work for you when you've got to transfer all the data over.
I was going to say, if you've got to do a lot of data transfer, oh my God, that's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
There's always going to be an element of pain, isn't it, whenever you do it? And sometimes that pain is you've got a system that you're paying for that you're not fully utilising for a few months or a few years in my case. However, the value it brought me, we love to talk about value. The value it brought me in terms of it made me feel like a proper business owner, because I could justify it in terms of I'm bringing in enough cash to pay for it. And yes, I wasn't using all of it. Like the automations, I don't think I ever touched the automations aside from the appointment one, and that was already pre-built in it. It just made me feel better. So that investment of £100+ a month, I was like, oh, just, do you know what I mean? Like it was worth it to me. That value bit was massively there.
And with most of these systems, definitely you can integrate your social media and your Google reviews and stuff like that. You can trigger the automation of that Google review when someone offboards with you, or whatever stage you want to put that in. That can all happen for you. So if you're someone who forgets to ask for a review, or you want to track your social media in one place, you can do it all through some of these systems as well.
Yeah, they are incredible what they can do.
Really, aren't they?
And that's exactly why we wanted Keep to be our brand partner. I was so happy when they said yes.
Yeah, definitely. But I do feel like it is, and this might sound like we're saying it because they are our brand partner, but they are the simplest. That system is the simplest one I've ever used, actually. And we have, like I said before, we've tried quite a few and kissed a few frogs before we found the prince. And it's definitely that, if you want to use that analogy.
Just not expecting those words to come out of your mouth.
But it is, isn't it? Because and this is us being really open and honest, because we do have a course, we needed somewhere to house the course. We've got a website that we at the moment do ourselves. Keep doesn't do those things. We were like considering going for an all-in-one and doing everything in it, but
which we
have tried before. But we also we use ClickFunnels as well for our website and course provider. And we did think about just going, can we just do it all on there? And then we checked back in with ourselves and went, we've done that before and it didn't work. And I feel like part of everything isn't as good on that system as it is in Keep. And you feel like the real core bit of Keep is that quality of the appointments and the, you know, all that stuff we use on there more so.
Yeah. The simplicity of it all.
It is simple, isn't it? It's really simple to use.
Yeah. I think that's why I just love it so much.
Yeah.
Because the system we had before was it was a white label version of Go High Level. And I know it's got quite a decent name for itself, Go High Level. There's loads of people that really like it. We just couldn't get on board with it. And again, I think it's playing around with, you know, using your bleeding frog analogy. Go kiss some frogs.
That's it.
Go and figure out what works well for you. But yeah, we didn't like Go High Level. It felt really
bit
clunky, wasn't it?
And the appointment creation part wasn't great. The Google Calendar sync thing didn't work very well, did it? So we were like, oh no. So we did that for a bit and then we decided to change it. But like, again, I suppose we want to stress that you don't need to overcomplicate it though anyway. And like, you can create things like lead magnets. So if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's a way of giving somebody some value. And I suppose, I don't know, a lead magnet can be anything, can't it? It's just a way of just...
It's something you create, isn't it? It's like a free value exchange. So you give them the thing, whether it's a PDF, an ebook, a podcast, in exchange for some data.
And that data you can absolutely store manually. So you could have a spreadsheet and you could keep it. And again, it depends on the volume of people coming through. So for us at CBA, we would really struggle to track all of that if we tried to do it manually. So for us, having somewhere where it automatically logs that person's details and we've got that data, and until they turn around and say, we don't want you to use that data anymore, which is very clear, you can unsubscribe, you can, you know, before you, like, you will know, I'm sure, by clicking on these things, you have by clicking this button, you are GDPRing this, like we're going to put it on our mailing list, our database. And it's all very clear, like there's nothing underhand about it. And until someone turns around and says, no, I don't want to be part of that anymore, which for us, we go, that's great then, because we know that that's not somebody who's going to probably work with us. And at least we know where we all stand. So we have that like kind of, I don't know, knowledge and metrics and all that sort of stuff we talked about at the beginning. It means you can track that really easily rather than going, say, because this is what I used to do in the dog training. I'd send like a mailing list out on Hotmail and I would say, how did I used to do it? Say like at the bottom of the email, it would say like, if you want to unsubscribe, reply with the word unsubscribe. But it worked for me. It worked for me for a good period of time. Not that I sent emails out that often, but for somebody that's just wanting to start to get into the habit of doing an email list and getting like, I don't know, a monthly email or a bi-monthly email or a weekly email out, that's a good way to start, because you're not going to have hundreds of people on a mailing list anyway. It's going to be manageable and you can go, oh, I'll remove them. So I remove them from the contact list or however you've set it, I had it as a contact list. That worked for a period of time. And then you go, oh, the more people I'm getting on that list, actually, this is getting out of hand a little bit now. And I'm spending a lot of time removing people from the mailing list. That's where that fits really beautifully with that unsubscribe thing.
Yeah, they are something you said earlier, actually, which is just ringing round in my head now. It's so easy to procrastinate with systems.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They almost become a reason why you
don't do stuff.
Yeah, like why you don't make sales and why you don't work on lead gen.
We've done this.
Because you think
holding our hand up.
Yeah, you think you tell your brain, but I am working on lead gen because I'm tinkering with my website, or I'm creating that lead magnet, and then I'm creating the automation with the follow through emails.
Yeah,
all of that is lead gen, and we're like, but at what stage of business are you? And when I say stage of business, if you are at the point where you are not consistently generating the amount you want to be consistently generating, and based on the latest stats that we talked about in a previous episode, in the UK, a comfortable life is 50k a year or 52k a year. That seems like a big jump for a lot of people. It may be exactly where you're at right now. But if you're not at that point and you're not living a comfortable life, or even like the bare minimum, well, tinkering with systems, thinking you're going to generate inquiries, it's not personally what we would advise you spend your time on. I know there is a lot of information out there that suggests to get your ass out on social media more, do more reels, be omnipresent, get on all of these different platforms. Sorry, it's not what we would do. It's not what we've found have worked, like being on the ground and doing it. It's almost easy to say as business coaches at the stage that we're at right now, because it is definitely a factor in your marketing strategy, but it's not the only factor.
No.
If you're in those early stages of business, even if you've been operating your dog business for several years, if you have still not got consistent leads coming in, I don't even care if they're 3 leads a month. If they're consistent, fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, you've got something that's working. And if you're converting them, even better.
Yeah, if you're getting 3 leads a month and you need 3 sales a month and you're converting most of them, happy days.
That's awesome. But if you're getting 0 inquiries or 3 leads and you're not converting, then we've got a problem.
Or they're not clients you want, then you've got the problem.
Yeah. So this is where you have to look into all of these different things and then go, is a system going to solve that problem? Like, how many people procrastinate with Canva as well?
Oh my God. I've spent hours on Canva. I can't really say anything, but yeah, it's where is that time that you're what's the return on investment of that time you're spending on there? Because if it's a super duper thing you're producing and you know it's going to have a great outcome, okay, great. But then is that taking you away from doing something else that could be generating a better return on that time investment? It's always looking at that push and pull, a bit like that episode we did on the balance. You know, it's like, look at, we know, which is why we're growing our team, and to have a VA is to go like, we are spending our time doing things that we shouldn't be doing now. And we need to put our focus in other areas because that business has grown so much and because that vision is so big and because it's that ripple effect and that impact we're making. If we spend our time doing that stuff, it's not beneath us in any way, shape or form. Like, I'm so glad that we've came from where we've come from and we know how to use every system. We know how to do Canva. We know how to tinker around on these CRM systems. Like, I'm glad it's that way round. Because imagine it's like that sat in that ivory tower of like, you do that stuff. Like, that's not what we need to do. That's not true at all. It's just that it's that kind of like divvying out those roles now and going like, that isn't what we need to do for CBA if we want to make it into this, well, it already is a global business, but get it even further out there, then that's where our focus needs to be. And so that's a decision based on how many hours have we spent doing all those things, and that is then taking us away from making that impact. So it's weighing it up all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? I think there's a lot of people out there in the coaching space that would lean in on, oh, just outsource it.
Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to controversially disagree. Again, depending on which phase of business you're in. Because in my opinion, I think you have to go through learning it all. Like, it's, and I don't even mean in the hard way for the sake of it. It's like, it forces you to question your business practices. It forces you to question your services that you're offering, all the way down to like, what's that customer journey? What's the experience? Like, it covers so much, even though like it is a massive procrastination in one sense, if you're just spending all your time and energy on tinkering and essentially messing with the website and lead magnets and social media content and
emails. Like, I think this would be a good time to hold our hands up and say, this is us being totally open and honest and transparent, because that's what we are, is to go like, our forward-facing service was actually, it impacted it a little bit recently because we were spending so much time on the back end stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't it?
Yeah.
And we had a bit of feedback around this and we were like, oh my gosh, that cannot happen, because we are doing all those things that we've realised that someone else should be taking over from us. There's only the 2 of us. Like, until this point right now, there were only 2 of us in this business doing all the stuff. And for us, we were like, look how that is impacting, because it's taking us away from that magical bit that we're really great at. And so that was the realisation for us to go like, on reflection, critical analysis of all this stuff, which is what we're always telling you guys to do, is going like, that needs to change.
Yeah.
So the driver for us actually over anything else, time is a factor and all that, is like, that cannot be compromised at all.
Yeah, no, it is. It's looking at where does your business need you to be. And again, in our opinion, your business will always need you to be in the sales position and client delivery.
Yeah.
Those are your two key roles. Now, yes, add in on top of that, your marketing, your
social media, marketing.
Oh God, so much that falls under that like category in itself, isn't it? You got to manage your books to a degree. Well, not even to a degree. You got to manage your books unless you've got an accountant. And again, depending on how you use your accountant, I know loads of people that just hire an accountant at year end and then do it all in that one hit. I have never done it that way. I hire an accountant that we pay monthly, and that's continued into CBA, where we go, it's all set up. I don't have to do anything. Like, it's just taken care of all year round. But all of these, like, arguably, I'd say that's a system that you need to use, whether it's you doing it. Do you operate best by doing it all in one hit at the end of the year when it's a bit of a stress? And actually, are you working a year behind instead of a year ahead? That always used to throw me.
That is exactly what I used to do.
And how do you feel now?
Oh my God.
This is like my little
big weight off my shoulders.
Smug grin.
I did
that we're ahead now.
The entire time I ran my dog training, apart from right at the very end, I did my accounts myself, and I was always chasing my tail with it, and I was always behind. And I met you and you were like, oh my God, this stresses me out so much. Like, the whole thing stresses me out. And I'm like, but I'd just gotten used to it. And again, if we go back to, am I going to say a failing? Am I going to say a gap? I'm going to call it a gap. No one taught me any other way. Like, that's what I just did. I became a dog trainer and I did what somebody told me was the right way to do it, which was do your own books in an actual book with a pencil and a rubber and manage it yourself. And accountants are people who have accountants are big business owners and people who've got these amazing things, and I'm just a dog trainer. So it's back to that, almost like full circle in the, are you actually thinking of yourself as a business owner? Well, I didn't. And therefore I scratted around with a pen and pencil and an accounts book. Did it work? Yes. Again, I wasn't in a desperate state, but I fucked up a few times with my accounts over the years, really. Managed to like squat around and sort it out. But had that been taken off me, that would have been so much easier.
Yeah. But it can massively throw you out, can't it?
Yeah.
I remember that first year of going self-employed. And you
with the
you
payment
have to
on
do
account.
Payment on account like year
so
ahead.
Many people don't
I was
realise
like, fucking hell.
Oh yeah, it literally fucks you over.
Yeah. And then it just totally threw my brain that you're always working a year behind. I was like, well, hold on. If the books finish in March, why am I waiting until January to do the previous year? Because now that's the best part of 18 months to 2 years ago. What?
Yeah. And then you forget what you've paid out in that time. Oh my God. It was stressful. But like, for me, I suppose a low level stress I managed until the little peaks. And I was like, oh, fuck, I need to find some money for the, for the tax bill.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But these are all the systems. It's like, okay, so where are you managing your money? And that's another good thing, actually, about having a system if you're ready for it. If you're running all your invoices and payments through it,
you can see it all.
It's like, brilliant, here's the money in. And then your bank account is the money going out.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
It's easy, really, when you look at it that way.
It's nice and simple. Yeah. I can't remember how we got onto all of this.
No, I don't either.
Good old tangents.
Meandering as we do, classically.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about other systems and stuff. For me, I think everything just boils back down to where are you at in business? What is your role as that business owner? I actually kind of want to lean heavy on that because I think it is easy to feel overwhelmed because there is a lot to do. Mm-hmm. We're on about just the business part here. Forget for a moment that you're a dog trainer and you've got the emotional burden of dealing with all of these dogs and the people, and you need to look after yourself, and then you've got lifing, and it's a bloody hard space to be in. There's lots of things to navigate, and this is why make the business as simple as you possibly can. So all you have to worry about is selling your which is why, again, we talk a lot about what phase of business are you in. I use the money as an example to identify which category you fall into, because arguably to get to your first 80 to 100k, one service, just simplify
Strip it back, strip it
right back.
Almost think of the days, if you're that old as us, where you didn't have all this fangled stuff and you just had the simple things in life, which were having conversations, using a phone, and having
a phone that didn't even have snake on it.
A snake on it?
Do you remember the old Nokias? And you had that weird block snake game.
Tetris. No.
Tetris was on it, but it wasn't
It's a Game Boy, isn't it?
Yes. But no, back in the day when there wasn't anything on a phone aside from a ring and a hang-up button.
And it was like a grey and a green screen.
And you could make your own ringtones.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. See there, I'd procrastinate there.
Yeah.
But yes, like when it just did text messages that you had to write the number. God,
you only had like so many characters.
You had to write the number down of the person, because you couldn't just write a text message and pick a contact. On my first phone, my Motorola, my first one, had to write somebody's number down first, then do the message, then type it in. Oh my God, like we are ancient compared to
this is where all the abbreviations had to come in, because you only had like teeny tiny amount of.
People don't understand in this day and age. That's where it all came from. See you.
Oh my God, this is where like Earl and stuff came in.
Nuggle. Oh, Ryan. Ryan is literally putting his head in his hands behind us.
What's your beef, Ryan?
Nuggle. Not going to lie, Earl. But yeah, this is the origins of the abbreviation. Came from that. Anyway, we procrastinate. But go back to the simple things.
Yep.
The human stuff, the phone calls, the like communication. We know it's a lost art in a lot of cases, in a lot of businesses, and we are all about bringing that back.
That's why we're so passionate about it. It's like, it's what's going to make you stand out in a day and age where everything is artificial intelligence.
Oh, we were going to talk about that.
That's kind of just came in. Wasn't intentional, but yeah. But yeah, we're losing the art of this personal brand and this personal connection point. And if someone's going to be working with you on a strategy that is essentially a higher ticket offering in order to get your business rocking and rolling, it's the best business strategy out there. Go and read all the books. It's not just us. And
it's going to be the best outcome and result for your clients.
Exactly. Like it just covers
win-win.
So many amazing bases, and then you start to grow and scale, and that's when you start to offer that low ticket stuff and mid-range and all the various things that come off the back of it. So ultimately your role as a business owner is to put that roadmap in place, and as part of that roadmap it is selecting the systems that are going to work for you at the right time. And again, bringing it back to this procrastination thing on how you can spend hours on Canva going, oh, but I just need the picture that I'm going to put with some writing on Facebook.
But maybe the writing and the picture have no relevance to what it is you do, or they're not landing with anybody.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any
of time anyway. Yeah, because it's just a dog picture. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, it's like we just overcomplicate everything. And then I'm a big advocate of ChatGPT and AI. I absolutely love it. However, what?
I'm just going to say I'm an advocate for it, but I don't really have skills to use it. So I leave that bit to Jo, but I absolutely see the value in it.
I'm trying to do a dummy version. Basically, if I can get Vicky to understand it,
version
when I can get Vicky to understand it, then we're going to stick a module in the group coaching program.
What you're going to talk about in a second is this. This is the part I really struggle with. Talking to it like it's a human being and imagining it's got a personality and a persona. Like I really struggle with that. Whereas you have a real good ability to do that.
Got a good rapport with my Chatty.
I almost feel jealous of her relationship with Chatty. It's going to sound ridiculous, but like I do. Well, me and Chatty have been talking. I'm like, oh, I'm not needed anymore.
I'll never forget that voice note you sent me. I can't even remember the context that it was in, but the voice note went along the lines of, Jo, I'm just going to say it. I'm not sure how I feel about your relationship with Chatty. I am a bit jealous. I feel like I'm not needed, and I just needed to let you know.
Feel pushed aside, cast aside like an old sock. Is how I felt.
Oh, it just really made me chuckle. But yes, no, ChatGPT is an incredible tool when used correctly. It's like proceed with caution, basically.
Ooh, ooh. Big exclamation mark ahead of it.
Yeah, because there's people that use Chatty. It's my name for it because I can't bother to say the GPT thing all the time. Yeah. I hate it when it's so obvious that somebody has written it.
Yeah.
Because you only need to go onto Facebook and scroll, and maybe it's the more you're in it, maybe it's not completely obvious to, like the normal eye. But I think when you're in it a lot, it's like, let's make it sound a bit more like you. Yeah. Because you can train it.
Yeah, well, that's the bit I struggle with, is the training bit. And don't even talk about the AI image bit. Oh my God, like horrendousness.
It's freaky, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, weird AI dogs and stuff. Like, no, what are you doing?
It's getting better.
Stop it.
The image stuff is getting better.
But still, is anything real anymore? Yeah, but then you see that point of view, isn't it? Of going like, what's real and what isn't anymore.
Yeah. So then imagine you turning up into somebody's life with a phone call and like, oh my God.
What's going on?
A human being. Yeah. Hello. What's one of you?
Over-delivering.
Yeah.
Human connection. It's all about that.
I'm going to bring it back to a system chat, which I suppose was the theme of this episode. Using AI in the right way, and again, not getting sucked into the procrastination side of it.
Yes.
So it's using it at a time when it is really going to benefit. So I use it for I have strategic conversations with it.
This is where it blows my mind.
So I've trained it in that it knows everything about Canine Business Academy, knows everything that we're trying to achieve. If I ask it to give me a summary of CBA, it can give it to me in like less than 30 seconds, and everything's bang on, down to the tonality of how we write, our values, our mission, our vision, how Vicky feels about certain things in the business, how I feel about things in the business. Because I literally use it as a conversation to go, right, okay, so this is what's been presented with. What do you think? And there is a prompt that you can add in that when you're asking it to write copy for you or do whatever, it's very agreeable. Like it wants you to like it almost.
Yeah, but it gives you a dressing down sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I've told it to you. I was like, stop being my friend. I don't need another friend.
I want it to be my friend, but I don't.
I was like, can you challenge me?
Brutal.
It's so funny though, because when I've asked it for that, because I've trained it in how we talk as well, it comes back and he's like, right. And I can almost imagine someone there going like, right, hand rub, you asked for it, here it is. And it said something the other day. It's like, you're pissing about too much here. I was like,
oh my God, that's what you would say.
Fucking hell, like I love this. I was like, what am I pissing about on? And then it gave it to me. And I was like, well, that's a better response than the agreeable one you gave me earlier, going like, oh my God, this is great. What a brilliant idea.
And you're like, you're lying. I was like, you're appeasing me here.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want appeasement, thank you. So give me brutal honesty. And then sometimes it does come back and go, actually, do you know what? I think you've nailed it. I'm like, I'll take that.
But do you know, the overarching thing for me is like all the work has been pre-done to load it with the information, so you get a better response out of it. If you just expect it to know the bare basics, it's
you've got to put time and effort into it, and
you put in what you get back out, basically, don't you? I think.
Cost benefit analysis again all the time. Yeah. How are you using it? What are you using it for? What's the purpose? Because it's brilliant to help you write copy. If you want to blast a load of articles out or blogs, like it's brilliant, but you can still put a lot of you into it. That's the idea. It's not supposed to replace you. Like I used it a lot for my degree as well, and there were people that were using it like really sneakily, and that's what the universities and stuff now have got this AI tool. So when you upload your work, it's able to detect whether or not AI has created
Scans
it.
and knows. Yeah.
It's hard for them to do it though, which it's interesting. However, if you use it in a way where you still put all of your stuff in, like I'll just say, like, actually, what you've given me is shit, but sometimes my brain just doesn't want to work. And again, we live in a day and age now where everything is so fast paced and we're consuming information all the time. Like if I walk the dogs of a morning, I could literally be on Facebook, messaging you, listening to a book, and then get back and then Darren's bombarding me with all of his crazy ideas that are in his head. I'm like, what? I'm literally bombarded.
7 a.m.
Yeah. So then sometimes going to that system and then just going, right, and I have written this, I'm like, where the fuck do I start today?
Give me some clarity.
And it's like, right, what's in your brain? And I'm like, I'm literally just going to offload everything. And I tell you, I was like, Darren's just done this at me. Like,
do you?
Yeah. It's like,
oh my God, I'm
like
learning something now.
Like an actual conversation.
Wow. See,
So,
I'm jealous, people.
I was like, Vicky and I have been chatting about this. I'm not sure how this is going to land and blah, 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 blah. And I chuck it all in. And then it's like, right, we need to streamline this here. I was like, I agree. What are your thoughts? And it gives me some stuff. And then I'm like, I don't agree. I want to do this. And it's like, well, you could do that, but you could do this. So I was like, I either agree or I disagree again. And we go on for a little bit. But it's all done within like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, bang, I know exactly what I'm doing now. So if I get stuck, it's a good strategic partner.
But you can see the rabbit holes that people would go down if they're
God, yes.
not feeding it with the right info.
I use it more than Google now. I think I use it as a Google. It's weird. But it's definitely a system I think everyone should have in their business because it's free. The paid version's better, obvs. But the free version still does quite a lot. The paid version allows you to store more information about your business. So again, if you're using it strategically for your business and you want to generate copy that is consistent, because again, I think this is the problem with AI when you're not using it properly. One post to the next to an email like can be completely different.
It sounds like different people are writing it, and they are effectively, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's having that streamlined, getting everything linked together and it actually sounding like you is hard, isn't it? That input has to be put in.
Yeah.
Input has to be put in to get it back out again. Yeah.
Well, we've just created it. I say we. The royal we. I have just created a new login to Chatty for our expanding team. And I'm training that in all of the business stuff so that we've got a collective login to that system instead of mine and my personal one, so that anyone can log in to that business account then and it'll know everything it needs to know about the business to make it easier.
And you could almost look at it like an extra team member itself.
It's exactly how I look at it. That's exactly how I look at it. See, I feel like I'm winning you around a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? I am. I see it all. I see the benefits. You're just so much better at doing all that other stuff that I don't feel I'm great at. I don't excel there. Give me another job and I'll excel at that instead. Okay.
Practice and determination. Because other people will feel like you.
Yeah, true.
So it's just stepping in and having a play around with it. But I think if I was to really say what systems do, like, is a non-negotiable for a business, I'm going to assume we're all entrepreneurs and we've got that sparkiness, because otherwise it's just, you wouldn't be here. So with that in mind, a CRM system, our biased verdict is keep.
Yeah. We
will put a link in the show notes as well, because we do have an affiliate code that we can give you to get you a storming deal with them. But go and check it out. And we do loads of stuff with Keep and like little webinars and things. So just join our Facebook group and you can find out more information about them. We're very much, you know us by now, very much about the transparency thing. Like, go and check it out. There's enough information out there. We like it. We use it. Used it in the dog business. Can't recommend it enough in Canine Business Academy.
Or by all means, go and compare it to others.
Yep. It's like, just go do the research. Go and have a little look. But definitely a CRM system of some sort is a must. AI, definitely. I would personally go down the paid for version so it can store more information and memory of what you want your business to be. Website's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But again, I think depending on what...
It's another great procrastination thing.
It is a great procrastination thing. I'm struggling in terms of how best to articulate it, because
I'm thinking the same here.
It's a very important tool. It is like that shop window to the business.
But we overcomplicate them.
Put
far too much information in them.
Ours is too busy. Like, we know ours is...
Yeah, we could streamline ours, but ours is not, in terms of busyness, up there with busyness. But some dog trainer websites we look at, we're like, oh my God, I can't even find how you get to that bit and that bit, because it's all buried within other tabs of a menu within a menu within another menu within another menu. And you can never, once you find it once, you can never find it again.
Yeah.
If that is you and that is your business website, I'm like, ooh, we encourage you to look at that. But that's not for this conversation now. This is just...
No, I think it's...
what's the purpose of the website? What do we want somebody to be able to do with it? Where do we want them to go next? That's the simplified version, I think, is all we need to say for now.
Because again, arguably, depending again on what you're trying to achieve, there is no reason why, if you've got a decent CRM system, you just build a landing page.
You could absolutely.
Because everything can just go through that.
Yeah, a one-page landing page or website
is actually like
much better for the client experience.
I'd arguably say it's better.
Yeah, I'll say.
So, yeah, it's...
Maybe that's an episode for another time.
Yeah. System-wise, I think, like, CRM, yes. ChatGPT, yes. Accountant, yes. Even if you are a sole trader and you're doing it all yourself, I'd still highly recommend it. It's not worth the stress.
Yeah.
Just know where you stand with your figures.
That is one thing I don't regret, but I wish I'd done earlier, is the accountant bit.
It's what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's just a not needed stress, is it?
Yeah.
There is a solution there. Like, why put yourself through it? That thought process again of like, oh, it's money I don't need to spend because I can do it myself.
Yeah, but I could have absolutely afforded it. It was just that it was stress that you don't actually need to. You can do that yourself. It's easy.
Yeah.
That's what the reason I didn't do it earlier. And I was led to believe it was for, again, I say I was led to believe. My own thought process was, I'm not big enough to need an accountant. Like that, in my own head, that was what it was.
Yeah.
Being unnecessary thing. And an accountant might, I think, even like thinking about it now, I'm like, accountant might laugh at me of what I bring in. Like, yeah, I think it was that bit of judgment from the accountant's perspective, actually.
That's an interesting one.
Didn't realise that at the time, but
a little
I think that's
fucked up brain, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been buried away and hidden. God, I have so many revelations on this podcast. I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when you start questioning your thought processes. Why did I think that? That's part of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you think we do this podcast for you listeners, but
oh
really,
my God,
it's therapy for us.
It's very much therapy for us. Yeah, there I am going like, little old me doesn't deserve to have an accountant. They're going to laugh at me, not think I'm good enough to have one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. So I did my first year books because Darren told me, and Darren had ran a business before. I use that term loosely. Sorry, Darren. And he was like, just do your own books. It's like, just what you do. Because then you can keep more. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
You know, because it's cash, all of that. All that, like bollocks and stuff that happens. And I did that year one and I was like, fuck my life. I'm not doing this again. Just no. So I've learned a lot about myself actually these last few years. And I was like, I definitely value my time over everything else.
Yeah.
I'd much
and
rather.
Even way back then you did, yeah.
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 So I think for me, that's where the systems really come in, because you do get a lot of time back if you use them appropriately and it's at the right time in your business to use them. Otherwise, just don't do it. Spend your time in better places like sales and delivery.
Yeah.
If you get those two bits rocking and rolling, like, it's the lifeblood of your business.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Basically.
Cool.
Let's end it there.
Go on then.
And
do your little thing.
What's my little thing?
A little sign
little
up.
CTA.
Yeah, little CTA.
Right. Find us on Google and give us a review.
There you go.
Hopefully a positive review. Any which way you have consumed information from us, we would love to hear from you. We crave feedback. We haven't said this for a while, but we do. and we feel like
we're a bit needy.
Yeah, and we feel like we just need. Yeah, maybe you are. I feel like
heart dagger.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Yes, so can you please review us? We need more of them.
Yeah,
we want to spread the CBA magic across the world, even more than it is.
On that note,
thanks, guys.
Bye.